Hello, everyone. We're just going to give a moment for the system to settle, and then we'll begin shortly. Amazing. And hello and kia ora, everyone. Thank you to our advisors for joining us, and thank you to our suppliers for joining us from New Zealand today. We have an exciting 60 minutes planned to talk about the classic New Zealand wine trail. So my name is Kelly. I'm the BDM for North America for ANZCRO DMC, where we'll assist you with building your clients an amazing itinerary, making sure it's fully customized for Australia, New Zealand, or the South Pacific Islands. We specialize in getting those customized itineraries to you in 1 to 2 business days. All quotes are itemized with price breakdowns, and there's no minimum spend with us. So we really try to make it booking these amazing destinations easy and flexible for you if you want to book the whole entire trip with us or just bits and pieces of it. And so you'll hear today, you'll hear from Hamish with Hawke's Bay, Barb with Wairarapa, Di with Wellington, and then Addie from Marlborough. I'll be back at the end to take you through ANZCRO's award-winning website and our digital brochures, as well as the amazing packages that are featuring these awesome destinations and what you're going to hear about today. A reminder, we do have a Q&A area. So if you have any questions, please maximize our amazing presenters' knowledge and ask as many questions as you want. We'll come back at the end and do a Q&A. Also, we will be sending out the slides, all of our suppliers' information, the handout, and the videos that you'll see today. So you'll get that at the end. And to kick it off, I'm going to hand it over to Di with Wellington.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to do a really quick intro as to what the Classic New Zealand Wine Trail is. So the Classic New Zealand Wine Trail is a self-guided touring route. It encompasses 3 major wine growing regions, a capital city, coastal and rural landscapes, a dark sky reserve, everything that you could ever want in a touring route. And we're going to take you through all of that today. So it's just over 236 miles in duration. It encompasses Hawke's Bay, Wairarapa, Wellington, and Marlborough. The Classic New Zealand Wine Trail was actually put together many years ago by 2 local hoteliers who were wanting to address seasonality and regional dispersal and get people off the beaten track, if you like. So this takes you up or down State Highway 2. So in the North Island, often if you're coming north to south, you might come from Rotorua straight down towards Wellington. This one takes you out onto the coast. So all you need to do is follow the grape signs. You'll see them dotted along the road signs everywhere you go. That will either take you to your next town or destination or to a winery. What more could you want? So today's journey, we are going to start in the beautiful Hawke's Bay, and Hamish is going to take you through that now.
Kia ora koutou. Thank you so much, Di. And welcome to Hawke's Bay. If you took any attention of that map that you just saw, you would have seen that there was a great big bay, sort of hook in the bay. That's Hawke's Bay. That shape of the bay looks like a hook, and it's known as Te Mato o Maui, the Hook of Maui. And it was with this hook that the great fisherman Maui fished up the North Island. So we've got a really, really important and interesting origin story for Hawke's Bay right from the get-go. We're situated there on the east coast of the North Island, and we are known for many wonderful things and many wonderful reasons to visit. One of those reasons to visit is that Hawke's Bay is now one of 11 great wine capitals in the world. So we're in terribly good company as a great wine capital. You're only allowed 1 per country, and we're in there with San Francisco, Napa Valley, Bordeaux, Lausanne, Verona, Porto, and a few others. So we really and truly are a great wine capital. But the other thing about Hawke's Bay is we're also known as New Zealand's food and wine country. There's a number of good reasons for this. So some fun facts for your next pub quiz. We're Aotearoa's 2nd largest wine growing region, but we're the largest premium wine growing region of red wine and Chardonnay. There are 38 varietals that are growing in the Hawke's Bay region. So whilst you or I might normally just have one go-to wine variety, just think of the other 37 that we're missing out on just at the moment. And I think that's the great opportunity with the Classic New Zealand Wine Trail, is to actually get under the hood of the wine sector and learn a little bit more about just the types of wines that you can taste. We've got New Zealand's oldest surviving winery, which was founded in 1851, and that was Mission Estate. And I think the interesting thing about our wine history is that wine was produced much more for religious purposes, sacramental wine, that type of thing, before our more modern enjoyment of this tasty tipple. From a food perspective, Hawke's Bay is the largest pip fruit, so that's apples and pears producing region. In fact, 85% of New Zealand's organic apples are grown here. We've got the largest number of olive trees. We're the second largest growing region for peas and beans and corn. 80% of New Zealand's stone fruit, nectarines, peaches and plums are from Hawke's Bay. We're the largest region for the production of tomatoes and beetroot, which are used for processing. So that's kind of tomato sauce and beetroot, which for New Zealanders are staple ingredients in a burger. We're the largest fig producer. We're the largest squash growing region. So pumpkins, crown, buttercup, butternut, caramel pumpkins, a lot of those are exported to Japan and Korea. And more than 45 food and beverage experiences, including cooking schools, food and wine tour operators, saladors, and more. So therefore, from a New Zealand perspective, if you're a person that eats or drinks, it's Hawke's Bay that's probably fueling them. We've got the famous Hawke's Bay Farmers Market, wonderful premium winery restaurants. But the other thing that Hawke's Bay is known for, and I include our three major centres, so some of you will know of Napier, which is also a fabulous cruise port destination when cruising New Zealand. Napier in 1931 suffered a very, very large earthquake. When it was rebuilt in the style of the time, which is Art Deco. So the Art Deco architecture of Napier remains, and it is really, really considered to be one of the finest collections of Art Deco architecture in the world. Very, very complete. So it's a Art Deco walks, tours, Art Deco car tours, very, very popular. Our landscape is quite fantastic, and as is our weather. So we have over 200 kilometres of beautiful, easy to ride cycle trail. So a company like Takuro Trails, which operates commercial cycling tours in our region, and you can also use e-bikes, they can assist you joining the dots on some of those wineries in some of our towns and cities. So the other towns and cities I neglected to include were the city of Hastings and the close by town of Havelock North. Those are kind of the core places within Hawke's Bay. We also have some fantastic saladors, as you would expect, that can be included and are export ready for any travel agent or travel company to be able to purchase. And they include Craggy Range and their Giants experience, the Church Road and the Tom experience, Smith and Sheth with what they call the Heretaunga Wine Studio. And we have companies such as Hawke's Bay Experiences and Prinzi's Tours, which are able to transport your guests, your clients around. So I've covered off that we are in great company as an official Great Wine Capital of the World. And in fact, this year in October, we will be having the annual conference, congress and AGM of the Great Wine Capitals with all of those countries coming to visit us in Hawke's Bay in October. We are a grower and producer of roadside, of all of those wonderful foods. And Cuisine Magazine's Winery and Restaurant of the Year is at Craggy Range. So again, doing really, really well in that food and wine space. Supported by great events throughout the year. The Bridge Par Wine Festival in January. The fabulous Art Deco Festival, when honestly, if you're not wearing Art Deco costume, you're going to feel really out of place. And that's in February, highly popular. The Hawke's Bay Marathon coming up soon. I really must start practicing for that run. Harvest Hawke's Bay is a wonderful wine event, and we have many winery concerts all throughout summer. The other thing, and that you may not know, is that the world's longest place name is in Hawke's Bay. It's in just south of where we live here in Napier. And say with me if you know it, but the world's longest place name is Taumata Whakatangi Hanga Ko o Tamatea Turipu Kakapiki Manga Horonuku Pō Kai Whenua ki Tana Tahu. Hopefully you've practiced that, and if not, do try. It took me a while to get my tongue around that. It's a lovely little spot. It's not a town. It is a place. It is a hill, but it's got a great story to it. I've covered off some of the premium food and wine experiences that is on offer in Hawke's Bay. This picture here shows the beautiful Craggy Range winery where they have the Giants experience. And right behind that is the Te Mata Peak and the Craggy Range. So it's part of our beautiful landscape. The Giants experience available every day and also supported by the wonderful restaurant with our 3 Hat restaurant by New Zealand's Cuisine magazine. A wonderful experience. The Hiratonga studio is run by the winery Smith and Chef, and they offer a very intimate experience. Probably about 8 people can get into this. If you are a wine aficionado, this is really, really great. Almost it's the geek's tour of wine. Immersive, 2 hours, wonderful tasting, elegant surroundings, a great experience. The Tom experience takes things to another level also, whereby they include food tastings to go with the wine. An elegant and premium experience, best suited for small groups. So we're talking about at least 4 people at a time, 2-hour immersive experience. Lastly, I'm going to touch on Black Barn. Black Barn is also a wonderful experience, great wine tasting, but probably better known for their restaurant and also the events that they have throughout summer. So lots of reasons to come to Hawke's Bay. And when you leave Hawke's Bay, you're going to be heading to the beautiful Wairarapa region. So it's my pleasure to introduce you now to and pass you on to Barb, who lives at least a 3-hour drive south of where I am now. Barb.
Thank you, Hamish. Hello, everyone. Kia ora. We are following the flavour, which is how we describe the journey that brings you along the classic New Zealand wine trail, connecting very different wine and food regions. And yes, it's all about trying different flavours and discovering incredible food and wine. Our region is in a big valley. We have mountains on one side and a very dramatic coastline. We have 2 big lighthouses, and we are primarily a farming region with an incredible wine industry as well. We're only an hour from Wellington, so we're very, very connected to Wellington. So you're following that flavour to an area with country warmth, and you'll connects with world-class food and wine. We are a dark sky reserve, one of 22 in the world. That's very, very special. It's so dark here, it's kind of crazy dark with incredible night sky and opportunities to learn on tours. And the difference with our dark sky reserve is we are so close to all you need in terms of civilization and comfort. Lovely places like the Marlborough Hotel that you'll see there on that picture. Also incredible intimate wine experiences in our on the whole, small family-owned vineyards, predominantly around Marlborough. So a dark sky reserve, but close to civilization and everything that you need right at hand. So big skies, wild landscapes, and a fair chunk of village charm. For food and wine for us in terms of heroes, we don't have all those varietals. Gosh, I'm blown my mind with all those varietals, Hamish. That's brilliant. Obviously, I need to up my game. The wine that we are particularly well known for is Pinot Noir. We only produce 2% of New Zealand's wine here in our region. It's mostly hand-picked and very premium. So small and gorgeous production and high quality. And we do specialise in aromatics, so the Pinot, but also Rieslings and Pinot Gris. Where you're going to discover those is mostly in Marlborough, small wine village, completely surrounded by vineyards. and you can walk or bicycle between the cellar doors. So it's a very relaxed, very easy, enjoyable experience, and that's something that's really special to do here in Marlborough, sort of amble or cycle between the vineyards. We are a farming region. Something New Zealanders all love is our beef and lamb. You're certainly going to find that in our restaurants here, but also honey. Manuka honey is a major industry here, and we'll talk a little bit more about an experience that you can do here to discover that. Olives, cheese, chocolate, bread, all these things that you will find as a kind of constant theme through the Classic New Zealand Wine Trail is you're going to eat and drink very well, and every region has different products to bring to the table, but they're just exceptional. So I would say boutique, food production and premium wine is a good way of summing up our wine region. I'm going to talk about our experiences in a minute, but I would say that there are two very good tour operators that run a day product out of Wellington. Kaiawa Tours run a Wairarapa Bites. Doesn't that sound good, Wairarapa Bites tour? You don't bite people, you bite the food and drink the wine. And also Capital Personalised Tours. So you can do our region out of Wellington on a day tour, and that's good fun too. Every year, Lonely Planet choose 25 of the world's absolute best experiences, and they put them into a prestigious list called the Best in Travel. And Lonely Planet has selected Wairarapa's stargazing, food and wine as one of their top experiences for 2026, and this has just been such a thrill for us. And we talk about from daylight to starlight, Wairarapa delivering. And why I say that is it's a whole day and into the night. So a really great day in the Wairarapa is actually just the beginning of your visit here in our International Dark Sky Reserve. So your day is going to look like exploring our villages, could be shopping, eating, lunch, vineyard cafe, wine tasting, and maybe cycling between those vineyards, or you could go to our rugged coast, climb 251 steps up to Cape Palliser, see the fur seals, or indeed go into the Tararua Ranges. And then at the end of the day, finish off that experience with a dark sky tour and cozy up in comfortable accommodation. So just think about that from daylight to starlight, the whole experience. Star Safari are our absolutely brilliant dark sky tour operators. Hari and Sam are extraordinary science communicators. They're just infectious. They're extremely knowledgeable. It's just mind-blowing. But what's really wonderful is they just got absolute joy in helping other people discover the dark skies. It's just a wonderful experience. I did it again the other day and just came away just thinking it was so special, and I learned so much. It's only 10 minutes from Marlborough. They have two products. They have a Star Safari with astrophotography, because what they've realised is that, yes, people want to learn about the night sky, but they really want to take a good photo while they're there. So they give you some good tips for using your phone or your camera to really capture the dark sky. Kids under 15 are free. They're just mad to share their knowledge with kids, and this is a great family experience. There's only ever 10 people in that group, and there's a VR backup. But they also have a premium Star Safari experience much later in the evening when it's super dark, and it's only for fine weather, and it's a very high touch experience. In the middle of our region, we have Pukaha National Wildlife Centre, which is a conservation gem. You'll certainly see kiwi and other birds, and they have a beautiful experience called the Hikoi, which is led by local Maori storytelling, stories of their ancestors living and making the most of the resources around them. Absolutely gorgeous. A very sweet experience, you'll see what I did there, is Greytown honey beekeeping experience. This is incredible. Literally is a full immersion. Get in the suit, go out to the beehive, learn about the bees. Absolutely fascinating. Go into the factory, see the honey being extracted. Do a honey tasting of 6 honeys, just absolutely as diverse as a wine tasting could be. This is a wonderful family experience. It's 5 minutes from Greytown, really good thing to do in the morning before you start wine tasting, because apparently you're not supposed to drink wine in the morning. Someone told me that. But yeah, love it. Greytown honey, everyone loves it. So Greytown and Marlborough is a very nice combination. Two very stylish, sophisticated villages. There's a lovely sort of colonial feel. I live in Greytown. It has incredible independent stores. My husband says to me, it's full of things that you don't need but you want, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. So beautiful perfume, chocolate, fashion, art galleries, very sophisticated. And Marlborough, 15 minutes away, being a small, totally dedicated wine village with the vineyards wrapped right around it. Surprisingly sophisticated, these villages, because we're so close to Wellington, and we are very much Wellington's playground. At the end of the day, lovely options for getting your head down after that dark sky tour. We're very fortunate to have a wonderful Copthorne in our main town, which is Masterton. It's literally a resort, 100 rooms, so comfortable and incredible facilities. On the top right hand there, the absolute heritage grandeur of the Marlborough Hotel. It's absolutely beautiful. And below that, Parihura Resort in Marlborough, right by the vineyards, contemporary country comfort, overlooking the country like that, absolutely superb. And on the bottom left-hand picture there, that's the White Swan Country Hotel in Greytown. Absolutely sunny deck. This afternoon, it's a beautiful day today. This afternoon, that deck will just be full of people enjoying the sun, right on the classic New Zealand wine trail, enjoying a fabulous glass of Wairarapa Rosé. And I think, you know what, I'm going to join them. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you, Barb. Okay, we are on to Wellington. Oh, mind my slide jumping there. Alrighty, so welcome to the capital city, Wellington, to Whanganui Atara, and we're just going to start off with a little video that shows the best of the best. So if we could play that now, please. Fabulous. Alrighty, so Wellington. Now, some of you are probably wondering, well, what has Wellington got to do with the classic New Zealand wine trail? No, we don't have any wineries or anything like that, but geographically, we sort of need to be part of it. You've got to come through Wellington on your self-drive journey if you're heading north or south through the wine trail. So Wellington, we like to say that we are where it all comes together on a plate. Wellington is going to be your urban wine trail experience. We have all of the restaurants, we have fabulous wine bars, a lot of meet the maker experiences that the others are talking about as well. So it's just going to be your little city that doesn't feel like a city experience, if that makes sense. We pride ourselves on our coffee culture, our cafe culture. Pretty much every third or fourth shop when you're walking along the streets of Wellington is going to be a cafe. So you'll never go hungry and you will never go thirsty for good coffee. One thing to remember, and which I always try to remember when I'm in the US especially, our coffee is very strong over here. So often our coffee is double shots. So if you don't like strong coffee, you might need to ask for something a little bit lighter. All right, so next slide. So Wellington is really famous for being compact. It's compact and walkable. You don't need a car in the city centre itself. So we are surrounded by hills. We're really lucky with that, but our downtown area is flat. So it's easy walking, park the car up. You literally can walk along the waterfront. 1 block back is where the main shopping is, and then you're pretty much getting up into the hills behind you. So often people who come here liken it to San Francisco. They look at a lot of our houses on the hills, our little funiculars that go up the hill as well, the cable car, and it just reminds them a little bit of that. I mentioned before the coffee, the craft beer scene. We have a beautiful inner city beach, which not many people knew about. And it looks like that all the time. Ignore what you hear about the wind. We get a little bit of that, but we don't let that worry us. The nature aspect of Wellington is really big for us, and so it's often not thought about with us being a city, but we are surrounded by hills and nature. And Wellington is one of only 2 places in the world currently where our biodiversity is increasing. So our bird numbers are going up. I'm a little scared of birds, and so it's not the greatest thing for me, but if you like birds, then you're going to love Wellington and from here. So we have been known as the culinary capital for quite some time. Michelin is coming to New Zealand in a couple of months, which we're really excited about. So everyone is waiting with bated breath as to which restaurants in Wellington are going to be named with Michelin stars. So that's really exciting. We have a chocolate factory. As I said, lots of different wine bars, lots of food tours, so walking food tours, a great way to sort of see the city, but as well, you know, tempt your taste buds on all of the great things that Wellington has to offer. And I mentioned before the coffee culture, very strong, very good from there. We are also known as the craft beer capital. So taking a little break from the wine, if you've had enough of that or you want to try something different, Wellington is really well known for its craft beer. Garage Project, they are basically the rock stars of craft beer in Wellington. They have a product called the Wild Workshop. Now, this is it takes you right up into the brewery. And one of the cool things you see, there's actually a hammock up beside where they brew, where they do all of the beer brewing. Because overnight, when they seed the wild oats, they're actually so wild that they could blow up, and that is, I'm not joking there. There have been close calls from that, so they actually have to keep an eye on some of the brews that they do because they're just a little bit wild, if you like. We have an annual craft beer festival every year in August called Beervana. Breweries from all over the country come into Wellington. So craft beer it's definitely worth a try when you come here, and you don't have to walk far to find one. Oh, my little clickers. Okay, so history and culture. Te Papa Tongarewa is our national museum, so an absolute must visit when you come to Wellington. Wellington is where you can learn about the stories of New Zealand, so you can do that through visiting Te Papa. Our Parliament buildings are free for free entry. He Tohu is our national gallery where we have our founding documents, the Treaty of Waitangi, the Declaration of Independence, all of those sorts of things. As I said before, nature, Zealandia is the world's first fully fenced urban eco-sanctuary. There is a 2-metre high fence around Zealandia that is to keep the predators out. So that is why our bird life has been able to increase so much. There are over 200 kiwi in the hills of Zealandia. They do day tours and night tours that you can literally walk through the valley and you're searching for the kiwi. So a really special experience in from there. And movie magic, famous for movies. Weta Workshop. This was the original Weta Workshop. So Lord of the Rings, probably heard of that. This is where all of the magic behind the scenes is done at Weta. So they did all of the props, all of the costumes, all of that sort of thing in Weta. We have Lord of the Rings location tours as well. So if you are a fan, again, a great way just to see the sights, but you can put yourself in the position as the little hobbits in the hole on screen there and get yourself out to where the film was actually shot. Okay, so just moving on. Oh, my slides have had a little What is going on here? Apologies, team. There we go. So we're now going to move on from Wellington. We're going to move down the island. So the Inter-Islander is one of the most beautiful ferry journeys in the world. It goes down from Wellington Harbour out into the Marlborough Sounds, 3.5 hour journey. Just absolutely stunning. So you can go on as a foot passenger, or you can drive your vehicle on as well. They have private adult only lounges. Sorry, my slides are having a wee fit here. Food and beverage options, playgrounds for the children, lots of great things. So we're going to show you a video right now of that journey, and that is going to take you into the beautiful Marlborough, where you will be greeted by Eddie. So if we could play that Inter-Islander one, please.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Di. And kia ora, everyone. Welcome to Marlborough, your final destination today on Classic New Zealand Wine Trail. We are New Zealand's sunny region, so every day is a good day in Marlborough. Crispy cold mornings and really warm sunny days, which is what the vineyards and the wines prefer. So being the largest, we are one of New Zealand's largest wine growing regions. We produce 30,000 hectares of wine production in the entire country, and we export over 50% of total New Zealand's wines. What do you do when you are in Marlborough? The first thing that pops up in mind when you are in the region is Sauvignon Blanc. We are globally renowned for Sauvignon Blanc and also known as the Sauvignon Blanc capital of New Zealand. As much as we are a great destination for wine lovers, we are also a magnet for adventure seekers and nature lovers. We've got endless number of trails in the region, all the way from Havelock ranging all the way down to the foothills of Kaikoura. We've got a brand new project opening up in the region, which is a 170 kilometer cycling and biking trail, which is about 105 miles. And it starts all the way from Picton and wraps up in Kaikoura. So this project is going to open up in summer 2027. We've got 80% of that trail already completed and ready to go for visitors to explore in the region. Another fascinating part about the region is our Queen Charlotte Sounds. We've got 3 main sounds in the region, and the most popular ones of them is the Queen Charlotte Sounds. Now, it looks very tiny on the dot, but we cover 20% of New Zealand's coastlines as well. So Queen Charlotte Sounds is in Marlborough Sounds itself, and Marlborough Sounds is home to different species of wildlife. We've got 5 different species of dolphins in the Sounds. We've got penguins, we've got seals, we've got our odd friendly neighbors, whales that pop in from Kaikoura on and off, popping into the Sounds as well. So great options for visitors to enjoy a variety of things in the region. Yeah, more slides. There we go. What do you do while you are in the region? Sounds activities. We've got 4 major players in the Sounds experiences. Marlborough Tour Company and Beachcomber Cruises. These 2 provide water taxi services in the Queen Charlotte Trek and the Queen Charlotte Sounds. They provide private cruises, day tours, and experiences. You're looking for fishing charter experiences, Sounds Connections is your go-to company for it. And if you're looking for guided walking, kayaking, and biking experiences, it would be the Marlborough Tour Company as well. For wildlife enthusiasts who are looking for dolphin swimming, dolphin watching, yes, we do dolphin swimming and watching in the region as well. Eco Tours is our go-to company for it. And hopping into our Queen Charlotte Track. The Queen Charlotte Track is one of New Zealand's greatest rides, and it has a lot of historical significance as well. So the track starts all the way at the very top at Meritoto, Ship's Cove, and wraps up all the way down in Anakiva. The total hiking trail is about 45.6 miles. Now, this track is open throughout the year, but one key thing to note is the accommodations in the track are only open from September to April. I'm going to point out very quickly the accommodations on the track. At the very top is Ferner Lodge. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but just at the very top is Ferner Lodge. Coming all the way down to the next pocket is Panga Cove. And if you follow the track midway through, you see Bay of Many Coves. Bay of Many Coves is our high-end luxury accommodation on the Queen Charlotte Track, and this is the only accommodation that is open throughout the year. Heading off from Bay of Many Coves, we go down. We've got Portage. This is the only accommodation facing Kenepuru Sound, so this is the other sounds which is available in the region, and we've got the mailboat cruises that go on into the Kenepuru Sounds, and all the way down we've got Lochmara Lodge, which is about 20-minute water taxi ride to Picton. Picton is our main gateway to the Queen Charlotte Sounds, and we've also got 2 beautiful wildlife sanctuaries in the region. At the very bottom of the map, you see a tiny dot. It's the Kaipupu Sanctuary. The Kaipupu Sanctuary, the best way to describe it is like a Jurassic Park. The whole island is fenced, and as soon as you walk into the island, you are mesmerized by the birds, the song and the melodies of the birds. It's a beautiful 2-hour walking loop and great picnic spots, and you get 360-degree views of the sound. So for someone looking for a short trip and wanting to tick off the sounds experience and a hike experience, it's a great place to go to as well. Wine tasting, moving in from sounds, we're coming into the wine region. We produce a lot of wines in the region, and therefore we've got a lot of wine touring companies in the region. All of them do operate 365 days a year, and they do offer scheduled tour services in the region. We've got quite a few new tour operators that have come up in the region this year into trade, and most of them, they do offer behind the scenes tour, vineyard tours with the winemaker. They also offer exclusive private experiences. So if you're looking for creating bespoke experiences as well, these tour companies will look after you for that as well. The wine trail, I call this as my cheat sheet. Now, the best thing about Marlborough is nothing's too far away. The distance between Picton and Blenheim is 25-minute drive, which is super quick. If you're stuck in traffic, we're talking 30-minute drive. So that's the kind of traffic. We have no traffic lights in the entire region. We're known as the roundabout, the country of the roundabouts as well. So nothing's too far away. You can go from one point to the other, one section to the other section of the region in a matter of minutes. And in this map on the left-hand side, you see there's a number of wineries over here. This is the heart of the wine region. Renwick is where we have a lot of wines, and you can cycle through most of these wines. They're all, there's laneways and roadways that is away from the state highways, making it safe for visitors while they're cycling through different wineries. And also some iconic wineries listed over here, Cloudy Bay Wineries. We've got the Clos Henry Winery. Clos Henry is a beautiful organic French winery, which an old chapel was converted into. It's a beautiful, nice, exotic experience going into there. They do private dining experience as well at Clos Henry. Now, our wineries are all the way that come from Picton and go all the way down to Seddon. We've got Tupari Wines and Elands. So if you've got clients heading down to its Kaikoura area as well, it's a great stop and have a nice wine tasting experience. Or if you're heading upward towards Wellington, we've got Johann Schopf Cellars as well at the very top on the way to Picton. Places to stay, we've got a range of boutique and group friendly options available to suit different kinds of visitors. If you're looking for honeymooners, romantic getaways, we've got French Fields, which is at the very top picture here. We've got St. Leonard's Vineyards, which is at the very bottom here. If you've got clients are looking to stay in the town center, heading to resorts and wanting to have cafes and restaurants at walking distance, we've got range of accommodation options available in the town center as well for guests to enjoy. Eateries. Whenever I go to a new place, I always like to know what's the local favorite, and I always like to try it out. So for me, it's the toasty lods and burley pies. In a cold, on a cold winter day, I always like to enjoy pie. So that's our go-to as well. And toasty lods based in Picton, beautiful, nice toasties that you can enjoy on the marina just before you're hopping onto the ferry or going on a cruise in Picton. It's a nice way to enjoy what the locals enjoy as well. And we've got a range of restaurants. We've got 2 head restaurants, which is as close to Michelin stars in the region, which is Harbour, Harvest, and the very new Oak and Ivy restaurant that is that started last year, September, opened up September last year. Yeah, that's right. And I'll talk a little bit more about it in the next slides as we go ahead. Yep, what's new? So we've got a range of new experiences, accommodations coming up in the region. The very first one here is the Vineyard Suite. So the Vineyard Suite is part of the Marlborough Boutique Hotel. Marlborough Boutique Hotel is an old convent. It's a high-end luxury accommodation in the Blenheim region. So there's an extension to this property. We've got 22 new rooms coming up into the property, and this is scheduled to open in 2027 summer. We're very excited for this. The Alfred Hotel, part of the Capstone Group, they're opening up 123 rooms, which is going to be the largest accommodation offering in the region. And this is smack bang in the town center, walking distance to the railway station, walking distance to restaurants, cafes, and a Seymour Square, which is in the town center. And adjacent to the Oak and Ivy restaurant in connection to the hotel is the Alfred Hotel. The Oak and Ivy restaurant can accommodate up to 100 pecs. So it's a great place and a really nice fine dining experience. I was there quite recently with my family, really amazed with the experience, with the ambience. They've got indoor and outdoor experiences for clients to enjoy, and they're open 7 days as well. And adjacent to Oak and Ivy is the wine and food experience. And I'm saying it's a lot adjacent and it will make sense in a wee while. The wine and food experience, I like to call it as one-stop shop. Think about it, your clients coming on the ferry and they arrive at 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. in Picton. By the time they've checked out, when they've made their way to Blenheim, it's already 5:30, 6. And because a lot of wineries are closed by 4:30 in the afternoon, there's not a lot of places for visitors to go and enjoy wine. So this is our go-to new experience. There's over 100 different varietals of wine showcased under one roof, and they're open from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Great for self-guided experiences. You can have guided experience as well. So the concept is you get a swipe card, you top it up, and you just go crazy. It's dangerous to an extent if you tell me. You just go swipe, 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 taste, 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 and then you like wines, you just buy all the bottles you like and go home. So the Alfred Hotel, wine and food experience, and Oak and Ivy, they're all connected to each other. So the concept is eat, drink, sleep, repeat. Eat, drink, sleep, repeat. And that's what I like to do on my holiday. Where else would you want to go? Premium experiences. We've got a range of premium experiences available in the region, from scenic helicopter rides to dining in one of the exotic luxury high-end accommodations in the Sounds. We've also got high-end curated wine tour experiences. So we're talking about beyond the cellar door experiences and educational experience with a winemaker, range of experiences, and they're all customizable to suit the clients as well. Now, for visitors who are looking beyond wine and water experience in the region, we've got high country experiences that is now available and you to trade as well. The very first one is the Ashworth High Country Station. This is a 15-minute drive from airport. Ashworth High Country Station offers beautiful high-end luxury glamping tents. The concept is you can choose to do different packages with them. They got multi-day and multi-day hiking packages available, where the whole package entails accommodation, meals, and guided hiking experiences, or you can simply choose to unwind and relax in nature. In the next one, we've got the Middlehurst Station. The Middlehurst Station is a little bit inland. It is on the Upper Awatere Valley. And this one is about 16,550 acres of property, 10 rooms available on the property at Middlehurst, and they've got different packages. You can do stargazing experiences, biking experiences, or you can do a 4-wheel drive, a sheepdog demonstration, and lunch experiences out in the outback as well. History and culture, we've got the Edwin Fox Museum, which is based in Picton, and we've got the Omaka Aviation Heritage based in Blenheim as well. The Edwin Fox Museum is the oldest ship, which was built in the 18th century, and it is a ship that carried convicts to, last ship that carried convicts to Australia. So a lot of history around the ship, where you can go and experience and see the ship yourself in person. And we've got the Omaka Aviation Heritage Center, where we've got Sir Peter Jackson's private planes collections. What fascinates me about this museum is the stories and the behind the scenes knowledge of the aviation, is the innovation of the aviation industry and the growth of aviation that is shown through World War I moving into World War II. Okay, well, there we go. I think I've talked enough, and to get these experiences to life, I'm going to get you to see a video. Awesome, thank you. So thank you so much for joining us today on the journey here today. The Classic New Zealand Wine Trail here brings the best of 4 regions together, all the way from Hawke's Bay to Marlborough. It's a great self-driving route and touring route for your clients to experience. Just want to say the key thing to remember is it is not just about iconic wineries, but it's a variety that each regions have to offer. And bonus, as I always say, is world-class wines and a lot of amazing food that you can experience along the way. The trail is flexible, easy to sell, and ideal for first-time visitors as well as repeat travelers, looking for something different to experience on this trail. And like I always say, I call this as New Zealand's best roadie. So I'm going to now hand over to Kelly to share further details about it. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone. I am blown away by the wine trail. There's so many fantastic experiences to experience throughout the wine trail that you can book with ANZCRO. So I'm going to talk about ANZCRO and who we are and what we can do for you. So we're a DMC for Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific Islands. We've been around for over 32 years. We're a family-owned and operated business, 3rd generation, with 90 staff between our 3 locations. We have a wide range of products. So we have about 5,000 suppliers and 40,000 products between those suppliers. We have our own proprietary booking system. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we can have a fully customized itinerary to you in 1 to 2 business days because we have that availability right in front of us with our booking system. We do the FIT quotes itemized. So you'll see what each item will cost. There's no hidden anything, or we don't lump, transport together or anything. It's all going to be broken down for you. As well as we have no minimum spend. So we can do all aspects of the trip besides the international flights. So we can do the interconnecting flights, as well as booking the ferries, trains, and so forth. And then, or you can just book different aspects of the trip if you just want to book tours. With that wide range of product and inventory, that allows us to accommodate for different traveler types, budget levels, and all different types of interests, especially those wine enthusiasts. We can really just book any of these experiences that that we talked about with you today. And I'll go on to our website in a moment to show you where you can find some of those and some of those sample itineraries. And we're just around to make selling these destinations easy. That is why ANZCRO was developed in the first place, because we want to help our travel advisors book these amazing destinations. One of the ways we do that is through our digital brochures, which I will also show on the website. ANZCRO is only a B2B business, so we only work with travel advisors, but all of our content is designed for you to share with your clients. So that's what I love about all of our marketing collateral on our website. When you go on, you'll see those pricings in AUD or NZD. For all of the New Zealand products, you're going to see NZD, as well as it's starting from an indicative pricing with a commission already built in. So those are going to be those retail prices. When you share with your clients all of our information, our website, our brochures, and everything, they'll see those retail pricings. And so let me jump over to the website. So I want to show you a few areas on the website. First, under our content hub, that's where you're going to find all of our marketing collateral. So going into the brochures, we just released the industry's largest, most comprehensive book and brochure. It is 183 pages. So it has such amazing content in here. It tells you a lot about the destination of New Zealand, how to get there, the different areas, the culture. And so it even has some really amazing maps for driving distances, and just a great tool for either training if you're not familiar with the destination already, or as inspiration to your clients. Again, these are going to be retail pricing with your commission built in. What's great about all of our stuff is the share button. So you can share it through email, social media, WhatsApp, text messages. You can download it, put your name on it, and share it with all your clients. Another area is the experiences tab. So this is where you're going to see majority of our already curated itineraries. You'll see them in the book as well. But this is where you'll find all the products that we talked about today in this Classic New Zealand Wine Trail collection. So you'll just go down, you'll see these amazing itineraries that we've built out, the retail pricing. When you click into them, they have the share button. You can actually log in and check the availability if you have the dates already. It'll tell you a bit about the inclusions. And so these are really awesome. You can use them as is, book the exact itinerary, or if you want to customize it, that's perfectly fine as well. And these are easily shared to your clients, just like everything else on our website, just to make it easy to really market these destinations and get your clients excited about them. And so these are just a few of the amazing travel advisors we've worked with and work with currently, and some of their feedback for us of just making the process seamless. And we're really there to support you and making sure that your clients are feeling that the itinerary is fully customized to them. We never want to do just kind of the cookie cutter itinerary, and our reservations team is really great about that. Here are some of our partners that we work with. As well as I mentioned, we are award winning. So that website has won multiple awards over the years for its usability and content, And so we're really proud of that. Here's our team in the Gold Coast of Australia. And then my information, as well as our Chief Strategy Officer, Karan. You've probably seen him if you've gone to any of our stuff in the North American market. You can reach out to either of us if you have questions, as well as our reservations team if you have a client brief. They're just ANZCRO at ANZCRO.com. And we'd be more than happy to build out an amazing itinerary customized for your clients. And so jumping into a Q&A. So I'm going to welcome all of our suppliers and guests to turn back on their cameras. And we're going to go through all of the questions that you guys had. So this first one is for Hamish with Hawke's Bay. So what is the best way to get to Napier?
Great question. So Air New Zealand flies from Auckland. There are at least 15 flights a day. Takes around an hour. We have daily flights also from Wellington and also from Christchurch. But if you're going to be on a fly-drive holiday, then driving from Taupō is 2 hours. If you just were landing in Auckland and driving from Auckland to Hawke's Bay to Napier, then you're looking at least 5 hours. That's without a stop. But I would always recommend, the whole trip for us is about enjoying and savouring. So hopefully your clients will have a car or a motorhome to do so. But if they've got a private jet, they can certainly land at Hawke's Bay Airport.
Awesome, thank you. And this is for Barb with Wairai Rapa. For the Dark Sky Safari Tour, any options from Wellington, or is it only from Marlborough?
There is a package with Capital Tours. They put it together. They bring you out from Wellington actually at lunchtime, which is, at 3 o'clock, which is really great. So pick you up, bring you out, dinner at the Marlborough Hotel. You stay at the Marlborough Hotel. John takes you out to Star Safari. And then the next morning, very leisurely start, do a cheese tasting, and you're back in Wellington by lunchtime. So that is Capital Tours, the Dark Sky package.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. And this one is going to Di with Wellington. So do you have a recommendation for a half or full day Lord of the Rings tour?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Di, we can't hear you.
Okay, is it on
now?
now?
Now I can hear you. Yep.
Do my thing. We've got quite a few of them actually. So Wanderlust Tourism Group are sort of the main guys that do Lord of the Rings tours. So they do half and full day options. Both of those tours include Weta Workshop, which is really cool. So you get that kind of behind the scenes tour as well as going and visiting all of the locations. So Wanderlust were actually the original Lord of the Rings location tour operators out of New Zealand. And about 90% of their guides actually worked on the movie. So even if you're a diehard fan, they are going to tell you all the things that you probably already know. But even if you're not, it's a great way to see the sights. So yeah, that'd probably be the biggest recommenders.
Awesome, thank you. And then Addie with Marlborough. So what is the distance from the ferry port to the new hotel, the Alfred? Do you know that?
Okay,
off the top
the
of your
ferry
head?
port is located in Picton. So the distance between Picton to Blenheim is about a 25-minute drive. So, and the new Alfred Hotel is smack bang in the town center. So we're taking, safely say, 30-minute drive. And if you're stuck in traffic, add 2 minutes more to it.
Perfect. And then I have one more question for you. So where can the 4-wheel drive and sheepdog experience be done? And can this be done as a shore excursion from a cruise ship?
Yes, absolutely. So the 4-wheel drive and sheepdog experience can be done on the Waking Farm station itself at the Middlehurst station. And on cruise ship days as well, they do have a trade-ready product available where you can actually hop on a helicopter and go to the Middlehurst quarters and go for a nice joyride and enjoy and wrap up the whole experience with a fantastic lunch with a private chef, and then make your way back to the boat. Yeah. Perfect.
And then Di, back to you. So how many days is good for this travel experience, would you say, that you would give to an itinerary for a client?
Look, I think you'd want a minimum of 6 to make it worthwhile. We sort of put on the thing between 5 and 7, so I guess I jumped in the middle there. 5 days isn't really enough. The ideal world would be to spend 2 nights in each region, because then you're getting that full day experience from that. But 6 to 7, if you really want to stretch it out, do. But 2 nights each would be the ideal.
Amazing. Thank you. And for the questions of how much the cost would be for clients, so this is really going to depend on the product, the accommodation, and what type of itinerary you're building for your clients. So if you do have a brief or an idea, you can reach out to our reservations team at ANZCRO, ANZCRO.com, or to get an idea of some of those itineraries, you can check out the Classic New Zealand Wine Trail collection. Again, that's on our website under experiences. Go to New Zealand and you'll see that as the first collection. And that kind of gives you an idea for those prices. Again, that's going to be retail prices on there. And they'll be per person when you see the pricing. Pricing will all be in New Zealand dollars. You can work with our reservations team when paying with US dollars. We can take payment from your client and deal with all the finances, or you can pay us and then you'll get that commission probably 10 days post travel if they're paying us direct. Let's checking if we have any other questions. For any FAMs or TC rates, you can reach out to myself or Karan and we will help you with that. We'll also be sending out the slides, our contact information, the videos, and the handout that you can download today off the webinar. But you'll be getting that about a couple days post-webinar once we have the transcript. If we missed any of your questions, we will answer those. You can reach out to us direct. And that pretty much wraps up the webinar this afternoon and this morning for our New Zealand guests. So I hope you guys are inspired and really learned a lot about this experience and are excited to join these different regions. So thank you again to all of our travel advisors. Thank you to Corey and Brittany on the back end, helping everything run smoothly. And thank you to all of our speakers for joining us this morning. So if you have any questions, please email us, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Everyone.
Thank you very much.
Hey.